sweet and hot peppers. And then moving into the next season, we'll have stuff on the table like broccoli, cauliflower, kale, all the fall, winter veg that you can get certified organic.
It's going to add a cold dimension of grab some nitrogen.
You will see us, employee number 1 and employee number 2. That's it.
We were both working. She was a high school teacher. I was a building engineer in San Francisco. We were pretty much just done working for other people, and we wanted to grow healthy, organic food for our community. So it was like the universe wanted this for us. We came in, all the infrastructure was already here.
Learned a lot last year.
We did learn a lot. You know, we found out, farming is really hard.
But also really fun and really rewarding. The whole community here has been really welcoming.
Our farm stand is every Saturday from 8 a.m. to noon. She and I have always had a passion for growing fruits and veggies. It was just something that we never thought that we could do commercially.
Well, a bunch of different stuff. It's really cool that Michael Waring's menu changes very often, so he's able to showcase a lot of our different products. Right now, he's got some of our big heirloom tomatoes, some of our shishito peppers, and some of our really awesome lemon cucumbers.
The beauty of being able to work so closely with growers like that is that it influences your menu every single day, and the menu is forced to change a little bit every single day. We always like to start our tasting menus with a caviar course. And this is typically a starter. We're going to season our panna cotta with some wild dill pollen. The idea is that you're matching the amount of milk panna cotta with the caviar. We have some pickled cucumbers from Wilkinson, cucumber soup. The way we like to kind of start our tasting menus here at the restaurant. The next dish, Dashi Custard, a dry-aged New York strip tartare, a little bit of guanciale, caper berries in there as well. Again, this would kind of be another first course. So we'll go ahead and do the meat course now. It's a little fricassee. This is essentially all Wilkinson Acres. Basically a stew of lots of different types of sweet peppers that they grow. There's some shishitos, there's some murasaki sweet peppers as well. We have some crookneck squash in there. So we can go ahead and take our beef at this point, add it right into the dish. Heirloom tomato season is an absolute favorite season throughout the year. We wanted to do a dessert based around tomatoes. Heirloom tomato tartare, seasoned with truffle, aged balsamic vinegar, and a little bit of olive oil. I'll just take a little bit of Swiss meringue, just mix it up like this. Now we can add that to our bowl. Toast it really quickly. A traditional beurre noisette or brown butter and sage sauce, but it's also going to act as the trivet or the pedestal for our scoop for the heirloom tomato ice cream. Kind of a pretty typical representation of what we do here at the restaurant, but always featuring amazing produce, always featuring amazing products that we can find. And as it relates to Wilkinson and getting produce from them, every aspect is touched, and we want to make sure that we maintain that thread or that harmony throughout the restaurant, throughout the menu rather, as best we can, and continue to evolve that. So.
My family originally bought the property back about 40 years ago. My father did. And we had a farm much like Wilkinson Acres. We started off with fruit trees, so cherries, pears, prunes. And so we did a lot of fruits and vegetables, sold them at farmers markets and had a fruit stand, open all the time. And then we started planting grapes in 89, 90, something like that. So I ended up saying, well, I see grapes, I'll try and do that. So I went to school to Davis for viticulture and enology. And one of the things that got me interested in the wine was I came home one summer and I was like, well, we have some, in this block of Merlot that we had, there was like 10 or 15 Pinot Noir vines. It's just kind of a mistake during grafting, but you can tell the difference between the two varieties. and they ripen earlier than Merlot. So I went out and I picked those 10 vines, and I was probably 19 at the time, maybe. And I made wine for the first time, and that was it. And it was just basically in a garbage can, home winemaking at its basics. And it was the most beautiful wine I've ever made. So in 2016, we started making our first wines.
Something we're really proud of, because Brian works the vineyard, so he has control of from the dirt to the grapes to the bottle. We do currently have 5 wines. We have our Verdelho, our 2019 Verdelho, which is actually our sweet wine.
It's got a lot of stone fruit, apricot, peachy sort of stuff going on. Something more on a nice hot day is a good wine.
This is our porch wine. We call it porch. You just want to sit on your porch with a cool glass of it. And then this is our Sauvignon Blanc. This is our second vintage of Sauvignon Blanc.
It's going to be a little more acidic. It's dry. It's going to have lemongrass, some citrus kind of notes to it.
This is the one that hooks everybody in. But this is our 2018 Chardonnay, classic California Chardonnay, vanilla, creme brulee,
so
buttery, oaky. It's just my favorite. So we have our Zinfandel. This is, again, our second vintage of Zinfandel. This is our 2017 Zinfandel.
Kind of a wine that goes with everything.
It does,
It's kind of like, you have a steak, that's fine, chicken, fine, burger, fine, pizza, whatever. It's kind of a universal fit.
It is, yes. And then this is our second vintage of our Petit Sirah. This is our 2017 Petit Sirah.
We pick late to really harvest all of that goodness in there. And it's a pretty big wine. It's my favorite, but I like something a little more bold. So that's what we do. And it's got a lot of nice current berry flavors.